Seattle spring equals lightning, hail, frost, snow, and rain. I agree with the Seattle Times. Spirit 105.3. I'm Erica. Did you hear there was a waterspout, which is a tornado over water near Magnolia yesterday in Seattle over Puget Sound? How crazy is that? Well, Don Clapp was there and he joins us this morning on the show. What happened? What did you see?
Well, I was at Golden Gardens watching what I thought was a reasonably good storm. It looked like a pencil come down over Bainbridge Island, and I thought, boy, that looks really weird, and then it disappeared. And then a little while later, like a minute, it formed again over Elliott Bay, and it was a very definite funnel that descended from the clouds and seemed to go all the way to the water. And I know the Weather Service said that the waterspout was 3 miles west of Magnolia. I can tell you that I saw the funnel stay completely together from Golden Gardens. It actually went behind the Discovery Park point, so it got a lot closer to Magnolia than 3 miles.
Oh, you were an eyewitness, Don.
Yeah, I was. How about that?
And you got such an incredible video of that waterspout. Talk about the right place at the right time. What was happening?
I was taking regular pictures, and I thought, oh, this is hanging around long enough, I can do a video. So I switched over to video. It was hailing and raining at the time, and I discovered if your phone face is wet, it's hard to make all the buttons react. So that was a little frustrating. I'm sitting here looking at something remarkable, and I can't make the phone do it. But I got it dried off, and finally it all worked out. Yeah, and I knew it was unusual, and I thought it was pretty cool.
Super cool. And were you experiencing this all by yourself, Don?
There was hardly anybody around me. I had actually gone there because I like clouds and weather, and I saw on the radar that things were sort of interesting. So I don't know if you've ever been to Golden Gardens, but there's a parking lot near the pier there. So I parked there, and there were only 3 or 4 other people. A few of them were in their cars because it was raining, and they were looking across the sound towards Bainbridge. And I knocked on their window and said, "Look south, look south." So that was interesting. And one of the odd things about the whole thing was that the marina side of the fishing pier there's a couple of docks for boats coming and going at a boat launch. And there were like 50 or more sea lions that had been hanging out on that dock. And when the storm happened, it began lightning and thundering. And apparently the sea lions were unamused. And so there was a steady stream of barking sea lions leaving the marina.
They were a little annoyed.
They were all annoyed by the thunder, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Don Clapp, thank you for sharing your experience. I really wish I had been there. I bet it was just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you see every day on Puget Sound, that's for sure. I grew up in Cleveland, and I used to see them once in a while out over Lake Erie, but I'd never seen one in Puget Sound.
Wow. Really appreciate your time, and I hope you have an awesome day.
Okay, you too. Thank you.